The rest of the year, we'd go out on Saturday night, and Brett was often there because he liked to hang out with guys in the basketball team. He played JV basketball. As I said, friendly enough. We got along quite well. But when he drank a lot, he got pretty. He was a loud drunk. Again, I'm not claiming that I wasn't drinking too. I was, but I guess there are degrees, and Brett was pretty famous for tying one on.
So, in your statement, you also said that you felt as though it was your civic duty to come forward with this information, I guess, regarding how Brett Kavanaugh answered questions during his hearing. I guess, can you kind of explain how you felt prompted to write a statement, if there was anything more that encouraged you to do so?
He claimed, I think he used the word unequivocally, but he said, I know for a fact that that I, Brett Kavanaugh, never blacked out, and I think he was confusing, blacking out with just somehow up and passing out, and blacking out, of course, when people are talking about drinking, is not remembering what went on. Now, first thing that irked me about Brett's commentary was, or his testimony, was that. Given the state of his intoxication on frequent occasions, he had no right saying that he could say unequivocally that he didn't black out. He might think, but that's the whole point. You don't remember. And if you get that drunk that often, likelihood is, there's a time when you've done some stuff you don't remember. So that's when I first said, "What the hell is he doing? Saying this? This isn't. No way." He remembers everything he did. He didn't have one or two beers. He had far more than that. So that struck me as that was the big point. Is just his insistence that he was essentially yes, he liked beer. He said on many occasions, but his insistence that no way was he ever to the point that he could forget something. And that's not true. But instead, making up stories like that and lying, that's what making up stories is, in front of a committee that's supposed to be that you've taken an oath. It's supposed to be as truthful as you're ever going to be on this planet. Moreover, he's auditioning for a job on the Supreme Court, which should hold 9 of the most honest, decent people on the planet, or in America, excuse me. And when you're willing to lie about all these little things, I just said, this is absurd. And so I couldn't sleep for 4 or 5 days going, should I do anything about this? Should I say anything? I mean, this guy, he's lying. And I can't come up with a nice way to justify this, or a more polite word to use than he's lying.
And what was, I guess, some of the backlash or reactions that you received for publishing the statement?
Oh, well, a lot of hate mail, some physical threats, a lot of people who clearly didn't read the letter at all. I mean, and all I can do is laugh because they didn't read my statement. It's not what he did 35 years ago. It's what he did 2 weeks ago, lying in front of the Senate. That was the problem.